So there are a lot of people who move out here in Hill Country and they're trying to figure out where to live, what are the best neighborhoods, what really fits in their budget, just what fits their lifestyle. So today, that's exactly what I want to talk to you about is like, where are the places to live in New Braunfels in 2026? Now, guys, remember, these are very opinionated, so don't take offense to anything. Because what I want to do is I want to focus on four key points today. We're going to focus on the best neighborhoods, in my opinion, by budget, by schools, and then the Hill Country, and then also within the lifestyle. Hi, I'm Cody Posey. I'm a real estate agent with Pop by Realty here in New Braunfels, where I serve New Braunfels and the surrounding areas of the Texas Hill Country and the San Antonio area. Now, what I want to do is like by the end, you're going to know which part of New Braunfels is either going to fit your budget or your lifestyle as you look to relocate here to live in the wonderful community that we have. So what we're going to do, first thing I want you to do is hit that like and subscribe button below. And if you're new to this channel, I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you want to know about New Braunfels, and I will answer every comment below. So there are four categories we're going to talk about. First category is going to be best on budget, and then we're going to have the best families in schools, four families in schools, and then the best in Hill Country feel. And the last one is going to be best for both lifestyle and the walkability. All right, so let's talk about the first one. The first video we're going to talk about is going to be the best neighborhoods to look at for budget. And really, when I'm looking at budget, I'm looking at more of the affordability, neighborhoods that are going to be built up without, but not going so low where it's like, okay, where did I buy in? So first kind of couple of areas that we're going to talk about is going to be, one is going to be Legend Point, and the other one is going to be Voss Farms. Now, I'll tell you, I do live out here in Legend Point, so maybe you call me a little bit biased. The reason why I didn't choose anything out there in like you got Creekside or Cloud Country, because you're really going to have to go above that $300,000 price point. So what I'm looking at homes that are below, that you can get below at $200,000, whether it be new construction homes or existing homes. So when you look at Legend Point, it's really not just Legend Point itself, but there is several communities that's out here. Like you have Legend Point, you have Legend Heights, which is over by Long Creek High School. And the homes you're going to have out here, they're going to be starter homes. And you're going to get typically going to see 3 to 4 bedroom homes. And they can get anywhere from like 1,200 square feet, and you can get all the way up to 3,000 square feet. Now, the one down part of these homes out here in Legend Point is, I mean, you look out your window, you might see your neighbor. You may even toss him a beer and say, hey, how you doing? Talk to him out the window. But again, I mean, you're at the end of the day, you're going to get what you pay for as far as for a house. But one thing I love about this neighborhood in Legend Point is the amenities. And whether you choose to live here in Legend Point, Legend Heights, Preston Estates, Ridgemont, all the amenities are out here. You're going to have pool, you're going to have playgrounds, and there's going to be some areas you're going to have open space. If you want to go out there and play soccer, flag football, something with the family, you're going to have a little bit of that space too as well. So it's a real good community as far as like when you're looking like the ability to go out and do the things that you want with some open space. You're definitely right there close to schools, because what I tell you is like out here in Legend Point, you got the new elementary school they just built and just opened in 2025. Long Creek High School is now a 4-year high school. It's no longer ninth grade center that it was. The first graduating class will be next year. But you also have Klein Road Middle School and Klein Elementary School, which is a little over a mile to those schools too as well. So you have all the schools for growing families, as they look for starter homes is typically what you find that's moving in here. Now, as I said, a lot of the trade-offs you're looking at, I mean, you're going to have smaller lots and you're going to have homes out here. I mean, that if you're looking at the existing side, they're probably going to need cosmetic updates because they started building out here 2014 with the KB community that they built out here. Now, you do have other builders that are out here in Legend Point. And if you go across the road to Voss Farms, which is the other community we're going to talk about, you're going to see about the same way. And they're constantly building and they're growing and they're expanding their footprint on this side of New Braunfels. Now, Voss Farms was established well before Legend Point was. It's going to be on the west side of Klein Road. Again, you're going to have amenities with pools, playgrounds. You're going to have access, and you're going to have newer builds, and you're going to have builds that are going to be well over a decade old. Now, again, that area, it was a very, very popular area. It still is a very popular area. What you are typically going to find more, the builder that's out there is going to be Lennar Homes. Now, Lennar typically, I mean, ain't gonna lie, it is the most entry basic home that you can get, but that's not all the homes that are in Voss Farms. Lennar has different level of homes that are out there, and they are building, even their new constructions are different levels. So you're not just going to get like the low 200s, which you could find out there in the low twos, but you're going to find some of the other homes that matches what they were building in the last 10 to 15 years ago in that community, which is going to be like anywhere from 3-side to even 4-side brick that are out there. So again, like it's, if you notice, like both of these communities are right here next to each other. But one thing I like about New Braunfels and what they're building out here, and they're about to complete and open up this June, is the sports park that's right at the end of Klein Road and 1044. Now, if you go up a little bit, 1044, you got a D.R. Horton community that's out there called Winding Creek. And you're also, they're starting the development across 1044 on Well Road. I don't know. I can't confirm this. I think that may be a Davidson home community that they're beginning to do construction on. So you're going to have several entry levels. And the reason why, like you see all your entry level homes on this side of what I call I-35, the tracks, is bottom line, it's cheaper to build out here. You're not having to bust through rocks. You're not having to bust through land. So bottom line, guys, I mean, if you want New Braunfels at a tighter budget without giving up on the neighborhood feel, where the areas I would start at right now is going to be Legend Point and the Voss Farms area. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is like, okay, what's best for families and schools? And this is really just a two-part, and I could do 2 full series on both of these communities. So there are 2 master plan communities that are absolutely amazing, that are really taking the headwinds here in the New Braunfels area. But what's interesting is both of these communities have 2 completely different vibes too. So first community I'm going to talk about is going to be Veramendi. It is just in the beginning stages of it. They just completed phase 2 and they're about to go in the next phases. And you're looking at a master plan community that's going to go all the way from the edge of Oak Run all the way out to the Guadalupe River, past River Road. That is a lot of acreage. There's going to be a lot of builders, but also, even on top of that, you have different communities that are out there. So, and what I mean is, you have Veramendi, but when you go across River Road, you got a Del Webb community that's for 55 and older. But the way they have the community planned out, it's like you have your small lots, you're going to have your large acreage lots. And then you're eventually, years down the road, they're going to have the river properties that are going to border the Guadalupe River. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you is like you will pay a premium for those larger lots. It's no doubt that everybody loves the land out here and they love their space. But one thing I love about Veramendi is like the community, the pools, the amenity, it's the trails that they're building out there. You think, when you think amenities, like in the community, like you can live within, especially when all the shops and stores get built out there, you can just about live in that one community without ever having to leave it if you absolutely wanted to. Now, guys, look, I don't recommend that because you really miss the point of living out here in New Braunfels, especially when you look and living in the hill countryside of where it's located. Now, the Veramendi, just so you're tracking, like when you look at schools, you got 2 elementary schools out there. You also, the middle school that it goes to is Oak Run. Oak Run's only really about 5 minutes up the road, just up on 46 on the right. So really you're looking at 2 miles, maybe, from Veramendi, but also you're just really right across the street from the high school. So like if you go down Borchers Boulevard, the high school is right there, and they're doing a gorgeous job on the renovation of the high school, and it's looking everything good. Now, again, you're going to get a very strong community feel. It's very kid-friendly out there. You're going to have lots of organized events. You got a beautiful pool, and there's going to be so much more to come inside that community. But what I'll tell you, what you are trading off to get into that community, it's going to be a higher price point than typically what you're going to see in a budget. You're not really going to find your entry-level homes, but also you're going to have your HOA dues. There's going to be ongoing construction for a long time, but also that's going to be in a mud district too. So there's So it's not going to be your normal taxes. You are going to have mud district taxes. So the second community, when you look at vibes, is like you need to look at the Mayfair community. It's now, as I said before, this is a completely different vibe than what you see in Veramendi. So the way I would describe Mayfair, it's kind of a blend of what you would see in Hill Country, but also mixing a little bit of Austin in there with it. So kind of what they call it is like it's a city within a city concept. And it's, again, you're on like the one thing I love about the location of Mayfair and what it benefits is like there are a lot of people here that work in Austin, and they commute up to Austin. In fact, I used to do the same thing from where I was at. And from my house out here in Legend Point on Klein Road, with no traffic, typically I was looking about a 50-minute drive. Well, you go up to Mayfair, now you can cut that drive without traffic down to 40 minutes just getting into South Austin up to Highway 71. Now, a lot of things, what you're getting is they said you got the elementary schools down there, but there's going to be planned middle school that's going to be going in there. And in the future, they're looking at opening up a brand new high school up there too as well, that I believe is going to be zoned across from the interstate. But you're getting parks, you're getting commercial. Oh, and by the way, that's where Costco is. I mean, who doesn't like Costco, right? Everybody has been talking about it, and everybody's excited about Costco coming into New Braunfels. Well, if you live in Mayfair, that's where it's going to be located at, and there's going to be a whole lot more commercial that they're going there. Now, the other advantage, like when you look at Mayfair, is like you're not so far away from Creekside, where Creekside, you got some of the best shopping or large-scale shopping that's in New Braunfels that's not boutique shopping, along with you got Topgolf up there and Resolute Hospital. So you're not far away from that. Now, some of the trade-offs are there versus Veramendi. I mean, again, you're still looking at construction, but it's going to be more of a city within a city because you're looking at a very large master plan community, and it's just starting. So construction is going to be going on forever. And I'm not just talking about construction of homes. I'm talking about the constructions of commercial properties too as well, which you're going to be getting that at Veramendi once they begin to build. So, I mean, bottom line, like what I would tell you, if you like schools, amenities, and you love neighborhood events and you love the feel of, and those are your top priorities as far as we're going to look at the home, the two communities I would focus on more here in New Braunfels would be either Mayfair or Veramendi, and those are the areas that you should look. So the next segment I want to talk about is like, okay, what are the two areas or what areas are best for Hill Country feel? Now, this is my vibe. This is what I moved out here to New Braunfels for over a decade ago because of that Hill Country feel, because it gives you that link of like, now they're not mountains. Now, some people out here are going to be trying to claim that they're mountains, but they're really hills, but they really give you that mountain feel that's out there because you get the valleys, you get hikeable, and if you do a lot of cycling, they're not fun to ride up. So, but the great thing about Hill Country is it's really for buyers who care more about land. They want their privacy, and they don't want the views, or they don't want to be like right there on top of each other. So first one I'm going to talk about is going to be Vintage Oaks. Now, one thing I love about Vintage Oaks, it's very similar to living like in a resort style. In fact, they really claim it's a resort style Hill Country community with big amenities. Now, what you're typically going to see out in Hill Country really depends on what part you live in Vintage Oaks. And what I mean by that, you're going to have a portion of Vintage Oaks, it's called the Grove, where you're going to see smaller lots. Your neighbors are going to be right there close to each other. You're looking at 60, 65-foot lots that are out there. So you're not going to get the acreage. But the majority of Vintage Oaks, you're going to be looking at acre or larger lots. And you're going to have a lot of custom homes and a lot of semi-custom homes. You got a lot of Perry Homes, Grand Endeavors, Keith Wing. You got a lot of those builders that are out there. But some of the coolest things that's out there is you got pools, you got the playgrounds, you got fields, but by God, they got a lazy river out there. And that's where they really go with that resort style vibe. I mean, who doesn't like floating the lazy river out in the summertime just to kind of cool off, just to relax? But make sure you do bring plenty of sunblock because guess what? You're going to get a lot of sun and it gets very, very hot in the summer. Now, the things that you need to realize about when you're out there in Veramendi, it is a very high-end Hill Country lifestyle. I mean, just no doubt. There is very strong community amenities out there we talked about in the scenic views, but you're going to pay a price for it. I mean, typically, even if you're in the Grove, your houses are even in the Grove with they're going to start anywhere from the low to mid fives. But when you go on those acre lots, typically you're going to be starting at in the 700s, and you may find somebody that needs to sell that might be in the sixes. There are HOA rules, but I'll be real with you. I mean, most everywhere out here in New Braunfels now has HOAs. And if you need to go into downtown, or if you got to take different routes, like if you got to go to Austin, stuff like that, you are going to be looking at a different drive. You're going to be looking at a longer drive is what I mean with that. Now, if you got to go to San Antonio, you can go right up 46 and you can hit 281. You come in San Antonio from a different way. You don't necessarily have to go I-35. Now, what I would tell you is schools in that area, it really depends on, you need to make sure you're checking out the school district lines of zoning just so you can see what kids, because to a lot of people, the school they go to is very, very important. And I completely understand that. So like if you're down there in the Grove, those schools are going to be zoned for New Braunfels ISD, which would put you typically at Oak Run. And I can't think of what elementary school down there, but then also New Braunfels High School. Now, if you want to go Smithson Valley, that's going to be, and more or less the bigger part of Vintage Oaks is going to go out in the Smithson Valley, and it's just going to be Kamal ISD that's out there. However, there are portions, and it's mostly out there where Grand Endeavors is building out in the preserve at Elm Creek, which is not technically Vintage Oaks, but it borders Vintage Oaks. It goes out to Canyon Lake High School. So the reason why I tell you that, like if you plan to come to New Braunfels High School and you want to live out there in Vintage Oaks, if you're not already established, you're going to have trouble, or you're going to have to put in the waiver and request to come to that high school, or otherwise, more than likely, if you're outside the Grove, you're going to be going over to Smithson Valley or another Comal ISD school district. Now, my favorite place here in New Braunfels, and the next one that we're going to talk about, Hill Country Lifestyle, is going to be River Chase. Now, the thing I love about River Chase is you're typically going to find more larger, more private lots, but you're also going to have the river access to the Guadalupe River from the north side. You're going to find a lot more mature lokes, and you're going to be like looking more going up towards the north side, up there towards Austin, Purgatory Road, all those areas. And it's what you get out of there. I mean, it's quiet. I mean, other than unless you live right there next to 306, I mean, you don't hear much going on out there. Now, when you look at River Chase, it's like you're going to see it on both sides of 306. You're going to have it on the west side and the east side. Now, both sides of that does have access to the park that they have built. And the park that they have built has steps going on down the river where you can float from there as far as you want to in the Guadalupe. Just make sure you know where you parked your car so you don't have to walk back. Because that would really, really suck, because that could be a really long walk, especially if you fall asleep or you had a few too many beers inside of your tube too as well. But a lot of the things I love about here, because you're going to get rolling country lifestyle that's out there. You still have the pool, you have parks, walking trails, but there are some trade-offs that you're going to be doing with that, because what I'll tell you, you're further out. You're roughly about 7 minutes from town. Now, the good news is like 306, you do have that ATB Plus, so you do have access to the shopping there. But you're actually closer to, Creekside, to the shopping that's out there. Sometimes I do have these senior moments where I forget about what I'm talking about. But again, like Creekside, you got the access to the Creekside shopping that goes on over there, access to Resolute Hospital. But again, guys, I mean, you're looking at a 10 to 15 minute drive. Now, the other thing I'd tell you, like when you're going out there on 306, guys, don't speed. I've been pulled over a couple of times out there. Police will get you, I promise you that, and they're just doing their job. There's a lot of people that love to fly down 306, but I will tell you, they will pull you over, and New Braunfels or Sheriff's Department, they will get you. Now, again, one of the great things about what you're looking at out there, again, you're going to be paying a price, but the price is not as steep as what you'll be paying at Vintage Oak. So it's not unusual. You could find houses. You might find some houses starting in the upper fives on acre lots, but typically they're going to be starting on the six. And guys, they can range all the way in the $1 million range, well above $1 million in that area. And there's also a gated community that does border up to River Chase. It's called Havenwood, which is, again, it's same views, same gorgeous. It's just going to be further down and a little bit closer to town too as well. All right. So again, guys, what I'll tell you, if your dream home is more about the peace and trees and you're just coming out here for hill country, like a lot of people love to, I mean, really, I mean, target Vintage Oaks in the River Chase areas because that's what's going to deliver that feel. All right. So this last part I want to talk about is what is the best area for the lifestyle. What a lot of people come to New Braunfels is for that small town feel. And really, when you look at it, there's one area I purposely left out because it's not really a neighborhood, even there are neighborhoods around it, and that is green. Now, I didn't bring that up. I'm not going to talk about much green. I'm going to do that in a completely separate video. But when you really look at New Braunfels as a whole, probably the best area that you can look in for that complete town feel vibe, walkability, access to downtown, I mean, it's really Town Creek. And really, Town Creek, it is like it's a condo style lifestyle is really what it is. And it's right there walking distance next to Landa Park. You're not that far away from the main plaza down there where the gazebo's at to downtown. You're really about a 3 or 4 minute drive. You could walk there. I mean, it just depends on how far you want to walk. You got a lot of boutique shops going on there. You got a lot of local restaurants, and that's really what New Braunfels is about. Now, one thing, I mean, I know there are a lot of restaurants that have been coming in because you got like the Chewy's when it came in. Texas Roadhouse just opened up. You got the Saltgrass. You got like those big commercial style restaurants. Really, New Braunfels, like when you look at food, it's really known for its local restaurants and its local boutique shopping that's going on downtown. And that's what green is known for. And that's what Town Creek really offers to you because you got Granzine's right down, just walking distance right there from Granzine's, but also going downtown, you got like Muck and Fuss. You got Myron's, very, very popular steakhouse. You got the Oyster Bar and Grill. One of my favorite places to go for pizza, probably the best pizza in town, in my opinion. I like Bootleggers. I definitely would like to hear your opinions on that. But also you got Krause's to me is the best. If you want the beer, that's the place to go is going to be Krause's, but you also got the tavern. And then you also got the bar lifestyle down there too, as far as like the saloon and other areas like that. So that's why I say like Town Creek, you can walk there. It's still a little bit of a longer walk, but it's going to be the easiest access there is going to be to downtown as well. You got Landa Park that's going to be right there. A lot of people love to go to another park down in the Comal River. The wading pool's down there. Now, really, you can't wade in it because guess what? There's no water here because we're in a drought, no rain, everything in the thing. I mean, everybody's talking about it right now. Hopefully that will come back one day, I do believe. It just really sucks right now, especially if you move down there. But the big thing about Town Creek, I would really highlight, it's really the park your car lifestyle. It's all about the events because we have festivals going on every single month. You got the restaurants, and you're going to have a very active neighborhood feel too. And what I like to do, I'd like to hear your thoughts below as far as what you would think your perfect lifestyle would be. Now, guys, just a quick rapid fire recap is like when you're looking at the categories and the neighborhood views, it really depends on what you're looking for. So we talked about whether it's going to be budget, it's going to be the hill country lifestyle, or if you're looking at trying to get to the amenities like Town Creek. What I want to know is what really fits your lifestyle and what you're looking for below, because I'd like to help you zero in to what communities would be better. Now, what I will tell you, there are other communities. There are tons of communities in New Braunfels because when you look at the city as a whole, New Braunfels, the small town it was is not so small anymore. In fact, we're pushing over 120,000 people right now. So when I moved here back in 2016, we were pushing about $75,000, $80,000. So it is a rapidly growing place. But I say that because when you look at communities and you want to have the access is not as close as necessarily what you want to think it would be, but that's going to be a different conversation for a different time. So guys, if you want your free custom neighborhood match, guys, give me a call. Descriptions in below. Again, please like and subscribe to these videos. Share it to someone that's looking to move here in New Braunfels. And guys, if you want to, just let me know what your price range is. Reach out to me and let's have this discussion. So in that, I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.